Basketball's a game of rhythm. A team gets hot, they're unstoppable. But what happens when both teams are stuck in the mud, spinning their wheels? That's tonight, Wizards and 76ers. Two teams limping into the arena, and the books are acting like this is gonna be a fireworks show. Let's start with Washington. They've lost 22 straight on the second leg of a back-to-back. That's not just a stat, it's a tradition. And tonight, they're running on fumes. Kuzma's doing his best to carry them, but it's like trying to sprint with a piano on your back. It's not happening. Philly, they should win this one, no question. But no Embiid means their offense is like a car with no engine. Maxi's out there driving, but you can't win the race without horsepower. And the defense? It's good, but not good enough to cover for an offense that's allergic to scoring. Now here's the thing. The books are dangling a total of 221.5, like they're expecting a track meet. But this isn't a track meet. It's a chess match where half the pieces are missing. And today's AI pick is under 221.5. Here's why. The Wizards don't just struggle to score, they collapse. The 76ers don't have the firepower to blow anyone out without Embiid. And when these two get together, it's gonna be slow, ugly, and grinding. You could give them an extra quarter, and they'd still miss the over. This isn't just a pick. It's a reminder. When the books try to steer you one way, you stop, think, and look closer. That's what we do here. We see through the noise, we find the edge, and we win together. On to Game 2.
So we got the Thunder and the Cavaliers, two heavyweights going at it. Both sitting pretty at the top of their conferences, both riding 10-game win streaks. This ain't just a game, it's a statement. Now, let's talk Cleveland. 31-4. Best record in the league. And you know why? It's because they handle business at home. 18-1 in their own building. That ain't a fluke, it's a fortress. You walk into Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse, you better bring more than just a game plan. You better bring luck. And a lot of it. Now, OKC, they're no slouches. They've got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, third in the league in scoring. The guy's a machine. But basketball ain't a one-man show. And tonight, he's stepping into hostile territory against a team that knows how to close the deal. Cleveland's got Donovan Mitchell running the show and Evan Mobley cleaning up the paint. And let me tell you something about Mobley, this guy doesn't just play basketball, he imposes his will. Double-doubles, efficiency, defense, you name it, he's got it. And today's AI pick is Cleveland Cavaliers Moneyline at 138. Look, spreads are nice and all, but sometimes you gotta play it safe. You take the team that knows how to win at home, the team with the best record in the league, and you ride with them. That's Cleveland tonight. We're taking care of business here, folks. Stick with us, and we'll keep you ahead of the books. On to Game 3.
Tonight, we've got the Toronto Raptors visiting the New York Knicks at Madison Square Garden. A matchup of contrasts, a struggling Raptors squad against a Knicks team trying to reclaim their form. On paper, it looks like New York should dominate. But the question isn't who wins, it's whether this game reaches the lofty total of 231.5 points. Let's start with Toronto. The Raptors have lost 13 of their last 14 games. They're in a slump, plain and simple. Yes, they've got RJ Barrett, Scotty Barnes, and quickly back, but chemistry doesn't rebuild itself overnight. This team ranks near the bottom in offensive efficiency, three-point shooting, and turnovers. Against the Bucks, they managed just 104 points, and that was on their home floor. Now, the Knicks. They were on fire a week ago, riding a 9-game win streak, but they've dropped 3 straight. Without Karl Anthony Towns, this team looks incomplete. Their offense sputtered against Orlando, managing only 94 points while shooting 18% from 3. Even if Towns suits up tonight, he's unlikely to be at full strength. Now, about that total. The books want you to believe this game hits 232 points. Really? With two teams that can't seem to find the bottom of the net lately. The Knicks scored just 94 and 95 points in their last 2 games. The Raptors have hit 104 once in their last 3. And today's AI pick is under 231.5 total points. This game won't be about fireworks. It's going to be about defense, turnovers, and missed opportunities. Both teams are desperate for a win, but desperation doesn't equal scoring. It equals mistakes. Stick with us, and we'll keep you ahead of the books. On to Game 4.
All right, folks, we've got a Western Conference clash tonight. The LA Clippers heading to the Mile High City to take on the Denver Nuggets. Both teams are neck and neck in the standings, but this game's got a twist in Nikola Jokic. Or should I say, the lack of him. Let's break it down. The Clippers are 2016 and coming off a narrow loss to Minnesota. Norman Powell's been lighting it up, James Harden's finding his groove, and Zubac is doing his part in the paint. On the defensive side, they're ranked 5th in the league. That's a solid foundation for a road win. Now Denver. They've been shaky without Jokic. The big man sat out their last game, and what happened? A double-digit loss to Boston at home. Jokic is the heart of this team, 29 points, nearly 12 rebounds, and 8 assists per game. Without him, their offense stutters and their defense. Let's just say it's not scaring anyone. And today's AI pick is Clippers 2.5, but let's be clear. If Jokic suits up, this changes the game completely. He's a 3-time MVP for a reason, and his presence can turn the tide. So keep an eye on that injury report before tip-off. For now, though, we're rolling with the Clippers. They've got the depth, the defense, and the momentum to handle a Nuggets squad that's likely missing its star. On to Game 5.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're buckled up, because it's time to talk about one of the most exciting young stars in the NBA, going head-to-head with one of its greatest legends. The San Antonio Spurs take on the Milwaukee Bucks, and this is no ordinary clash. It's Victor Wembanyama versus Giannis Antetokounmpo, youth versus experience, finesse versus power. The stakes? Everything. Let's set the stage. The Spurs, sitting at 18-18, are looking to end a 2-game skid. They've shown flashes of brilliance, but consistency hasn't been their friend. Meanwhile, the Bucks, at 18-16, are coming off a dominant win against the Raptors, but questions linger. Giannis is playing through a finger injury, and Chris Middleton's status is still up in the air. Can they hold up against the towering presence of Wembanyama? Victor Wembanyama, what more can I say? 23 points, 14 rebounds, and 8 blocks in his last game. The kid's rewriting the rules of the game. On the other side, Giannis isn't just a player, he's a force of nature. But that injury might just slow him down enough for the Spurs to exploit. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. Today's AI pick is the Spurs, play 5.5. Here's the deal. The Spurs have covered in 8 of their last 10 games. They've got the defense to protect the paint and limit the Bucks' 3-point shooting. If Giannis isn't at full strength, the Bucks could be in for a rough night. I'm backing San Antonio to keep this one close. Now let's roll through all 5 picks for tonight. Game 1, Wizards vs. 76ers, under 221.5. Defense dominates in this one. Game 2, Thunder vs. Cavaliers, Cavaliers moneyline. Cleveland's at home, and they're unstoppable. Game 3, Raptors vs. Knicks, under 231.5. Both teams struggle to hit the total. Game 4, Clippers vs. Nuggets, Clippers 2.5. But remember, if Jokic plays, it's a different story. Game 5, Spurs vs. Bucks, Spurs, plus 5.5. Wembanyama shines, and the Spurs keep it tight. That's all for today, folks. Stick with us as we take on the sportsbooks, and keep those wins coming. See you in the next video.